Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for some rare pack rips here on the channel. I don't mean rare in the sense that these are rare cards. I mean rare in the sense that I don't do a ton of pack ripping here on the channel. I do enjoy it a ton. It's not that I don't. I just typically tend to gravitate towards singles with my hobby dollars just to make sure I get the cards I want. But I love ripping packs as much as anybody. And I do it on occasion. I do have a pack stash here that I delve into. But in this case, the stack that you see in front of you was generously given to me by my longtime friend Caleb, maybe a week or so ago now, by the time this airs. He stopped by the Shoebox Legends World headquarters the other day and just dropped a rubber banded stack of sports card packs and even some non-sports packs off, and completely by surprise. Was not expecting this at all. Caleb is a great dude. I have been friends with him for, probably better than 20 years now. Family friend, even outside, the hobby or anything like that. He does have a YouTube channel, which is a food review channel. It's not sports card related, but I'll leave a link to it below. The Junk Food Dudes. If you're into food review and that type of stuff, definitely swing by there and support Caleb. But we're just going to rip into some of these. It's been a while since I opened packs, and I kind of miss doing it. And we'll just cut this off at maybe like the 10 or 15 minute mark, and that'll be it. So we'll start with the two that I saw on top are what I was most excited about, most likely. I'm not even sure what's in here yet. I have not looked through the stack, but I did see these 1990 Topps baseball packs. My first true love. Got into sports card collecting, as I've said many times, in the winter of '89. And the spring of 1990 opened my very first Topps baseball wax packs, exactly like the one that you see here, and hand collated the 90 Topps baseball set along with my two younger brothers that spring and summer. So these are just, I could open a million of these and it would never get old. The gum card here, which is going to make its way to Peeps for his gum collection, because we do have some stickage, is card number 133. Ricky Horton, and that is well stuck. That gum is not coming off. Even if I were to flex the card, I think this will stay behind. We got, I think, some mold here. Some kind of, looks like glue or liquid. This is a prime specimen for the Peeps gum card collection, so that'll go in your pack, or your stack that I have here, buddy. Let's flip these around and see what we got. Company store propaganda. Pretty awesome t-shirt. I would probably wear that today, actually, if I could find that, but good stuff there. We've got Steve Olin, Jeff Parrott, the Phillies, Jesse Barfield. This card I remember distinctly just because of the great photograph. Just really, really like the image on this one. John Candelaria, the Candyman, in the Montreal Expos blue warm-up jacket with some fans behind him. Great card there. Really nice, like, color matching borders here. Always like that Candelaria. So I know this is like a love it or hate it set. There are some cards that honestly don't look that great. I get it, but when it works, I think it's a beautiful release. And here's a nice Donnie Baseball, Mr. Don Mattingly. I've talked about this before, but I'm working on a all buyback version of a 1990 Topps set. And finding a Don Mattingly has been like the bane of my existence. I do not have one yet, and I'm not sure if I will ever get there, but there's an original at least anyway. We'll put that up in the background. Here's a Roy Smith who looks like he's standing in front of an impending storm on the horizon there. Got a Greg Briley with the Rookie Cup, second best Mariners Rookie Cup card that you'd hope to pull in this product. Here's Donnell Nixon for the Giants. Steve Finley, and this one's cool because I recently received a archive signature auto version of this card from my pal Ken at Ken's Cardboard. So cool to see the original of that show up. And wow, here we go. Childhood favorite Cal Ripken. Cal Ripken Jr., but no Jr. on the front of this one. Really, really cool to pull both Don Mattingly and Cal Ripken Jr. out of the same pack. This is a star-studded pack here. Got Whitey Herzog kind of yawning in the dugout, managing the Cardinals. I love the manager cards in the flagship release back then. Here's a Keith Miller, Terry Pendleton for the Cards, And we close out the first pack with Lonnie Smith of the Braves. So pretty successful first pack there. We got a gum card. Then we got a Hall of Famer in Rippin and a Hall of Very Good member in Don Mattingly. So let's do the other 90 Topps pack here. And we do not have a gum card in this case. So the gum looks equally disgusting as it did in the first pack, but it has not adhered itself to the cards for whatever reason. So 1 for 2 on the gum cards. It's the propaganda card, and it is just a different variation on that t-shirt card. And let's see what we get here. We got Juan Augusto, Pat Combs, Tim Burke, Bob Nepper. That is not a super flattering baseball card. If I'm Bob Nepper, I'm asking Topps why they couldn't do any better than that. There's Eric Yelding, Dewey Evans, Dwight Evans, beautiful card there. I love the shot of this one, mid-swing. Got the red border to match the Red Sox. That is a really nice looking card. Another member of the Hall of Very Good alongside Don Mattingly. Got Mr. Tom O'Malley here. And we got some card stickage here, folks. Tom O'Malley and Barry Jones were, for whatever reason, stuck to each other. Back to the rest of the pack, we got Mark Parent, Steve Buechele. Look at that flow coming out of the back of his hat there. That is awesome. Jim Presley, Alex Trevino, Jerry Reed, Steve Jeltz. Shout out to Pepino, man. I got a stack going for you. I'm sure you probably have like 10 copies of this card already, but I will put that 90 Topps Steve Jeltz in your stack. Here's a Steve Rosenberg, and then we close it out with a Rick Cerone. So I would have to say the first pack was the winner out of the two 90 Topps packs, producing the Ripken and the Mattingly, along with a gum card. The second pack, though, did have Steve Jeltz, so got to give it some points for that. Let's just go random now and kind of cut into the middle of the stack and throw one out here and see what we get. So this is Classic Baseball. Oh, no, Classic Basketball, 1993 draft picks. In here, we could find exclusive Chris Webber and Anthony Hardaway cards. 10 cards in here, 110 cards in the set. These don't appear to be bricked, giving them a little bit of a flex. You never know with cards from this era. I can't say that I'm at all familiar with these cards. Maybe I will recognize them here when I see what the design looks like. That's a negative. I don't think I've ever seen these in my life. But here's an Eddie Rivera for UTEP, point guard. These have a little bit of a like 1962 Topps baseball feel. If they just had the corner of this kind of peeling back a little bit, it would really be a throwback to that set. Here's a Harper Williams, Steve Worthy. I do not recognize these subjects so far, but I'm not a huge basketball guy, so that's not a surprise. Here's a name I know, Vin Baker. He absolutely went on to have a lengthy NBA career, so that's kind of a cool card. That'll probably be the hit of that pack, I would imagine, or this pack. Scott Haskin, Doug Edwards going in for the layup here against Tulane. Kari Jackson, looks like for New Mexico, center. Oh, there's another name I know, Sam Cassell. Really, really good guard for a long time at the NBA level. Even though I'm not a big basketball fan, I did used to play basketball video games like in the 90s, and this guy could drain the three. You wanted him at guard when you were playing like, NBA Live back in the day. Here's Scott Burrell from UConn, which is pretty cool, having grown up about a half hour from where they play their home games and stores. And then we close out with a John Best small forward card here for Tech. That is Tech that he's playing for there, sure. But yeah, I got 2 names I recognized out of 10 cards, which I'm actually pretty astonished by, and Vin Baker and Sam Cassell. So I'll probably put those 2 guys in the small basketball card Z-folio that I have that houses basically my entire basketball collection. Let's do, oh, this one looks cool. Silly CDs. Collectible trading card series. I am a music lover, as is Caleb. He's actually a very accomplished drummer and plays in multiple bands. So this is one that we'll have some common ground on. I love music as much as I love sports and trading cards. This is 5-card pack here of cards that are poking fun at CDs from back in the day. I really grew up in the CD generation. The first good music that I got into was courtesy of the old CD, and I still have them all packaged up in the basement. Can't bring myself to get rid of them. And let's see how we do here. So this is a little interesting. These first two, I think, are puzzle cards that require multiple cards to actually form the full CD. So I can't give my complete commentary on this, except that it does look like the artist here is Spitney Beers, and the album has something to do with being a bartender. So that kind of gives you an idea of what we're going to be dealing with in this pack. Here is the puzzle number 2, Spitney Beers checklist back. This is a parody advisory for silly content, which I think is kind of funny. Riff there on the parental advisory sticker from back in the day. This, and I mean, write your own caption here. Is that some mucus? I don't know if this is like a tongue or something. I have no clue what's going on. We're just going to move on from that one. And then it looks like the rest of these are going to be individual stickers. So here's a Bruce Stink Jeans, Born with the Runs. I don't really think any other commentary is needed here. Featuring Thunderous Load and 10th Avenue Squeeze Out. So we're just going to move on from that. Next up, we have Jennifer Nosepest on the picks. Featuring such hits as Snot That Serious, Boogie Woogie Boogers, and Waiting for My Rear. And then we're going to close this one out with, I guess this is Swinea Swine, Come On Oink, which is obviously a riff on Shania Twain. The last one being J-Lo, of course. Your Squeal's the one, Man, I Feel Like a Wallowin', and Fat Don't Impress Me Much. So those were certainly interesting. The backs of these look like they're really just advertisements. I don't think any work went into, creating backs of these fake albums. But yeah, pretty much juvenile type potty humor, but this is definitely the first Bruce Stink Jeans card that I've ever had in the collection. So I'll just leave that at that. And let's do one more pack here to kind of cleanse the palate from those cards. And we'll go with this nice, safe baseball pack. This is Upper Deck Ionics from 1999. This looks pretty cool. You can actually pull numbered reciprocal cards, according to the bottom here. I have no idea what that means, but this comes from like my dark ages of collecting. So I got out of the hobby probably around 1996 when I graduated middle school, and was out of it during high school, college, and kind of early adulthood, and returned about a decade later in 2007. So did not experience this product at all when it came out. These are a little bit bricked, but not badly enough that they're causing any stickage. So this is a very busy and kind of cool design here with a lot of foil going on. Darren Erstad of the California Angels. You have those like angels in the outfield, for lack of a better term, era logos there. Erstad was actually a really, really very effective like leadoff hitter and stolen base guy, contact guy type of player that you wanted at the top of your lineup. That's a nice clean back as well. I really like the design on these. Super cool of you to give me a pack of these, Caleb. Never been able to experience opening these before. Next up, here's a guy that I remember from his time with Boston, Edgar Renteria. Very, very cool card there, and you can kind of get a better idea of some of the foil work that's going on in the background here with the way the lighting is hitting this one, but pretty neat stuff there. Next up, we've got a Tampa Bay Devil Ray Rolando Arroyo. And what I like most about this is that Tampa Bay uniform. That is very era-specific. Love that era of the Devil Rays before they became the Rays. Then we close it out with definitely the best card in the pack, an early career Johnny Damon, member of the Cowboy Up, World Series champion, curse-breaking Boston Red Sox squad. Here earlier in his career with the Royals. Nice shot, and that is definitely the best card of the 4 that were included in that pack. Pretty cool stuff there. Whoop, he does not want to stand up in the background. So we are going to call it there, just about at the 15-minute mark. I tend to gab, so we got through not even half these packs. So there'll be another installment of this in the future where I get to the rest of this awesome gift from Caleb. But in the meantime, thank you again, buddy. You rock. And to everybody else, appreciate you stopping by to enjoy some pack ripping here on the channel. I will be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. Until then, take care and enjoy the hobby.